goes into line. That leaves one. He's a corker. Estimation standing well with the inside gate. Now He's a Corker goes into line. Red light switched on. Starter poised to release the field. Does so, and they're away in racing. Caught them in a fairly nice line. Estimation began well with the inside gate. The rider took a hold of Darkest Road shortly after the start. Imposing Waltz is travelling forward with small stakes, followed by crossing over from an outside gate. He's a Corker. Jerristar settling back in the field with Tower of Terror and Murray Haiku. They run towards the post on the first occasion, and Imposing Waltz strides to the fronts, leads by 2.5 lengths to He's a Corker, who's racing around the outside of small stakes, followed by Jerristar, who's around the outside of Estimation. Next in behind them, Darkest Road, Murray Haiku next to last, and Tower of Terror a length and a half away at the tail of the field. They've got 1,400 metres left to run. An Imposing Waltz setting a moderate tempo in front, leads by a length and a half to Small Stakes, who's got the paint. Over on the outside, He's a Corker, followed by Estimation. Darkest Road is next. Out of touch, deep around the first corner is Jerristar, a length and a half to Murray Haiku, and Tower of Terror is 2 away at the tail of the field. Well, the rider went for Imposing Waltz, 1,200 metres out. It skipped 5 lengths in front of He's a Corker. Then comes along the rail Small Stakes, followed by Estimation, Jerristar, Darkest Road, Murray Haiku, and Tower of Terror still 2 away last. 1,000 metres out. Imposing Waltz. The rider has a good hold. 4.5 lengths back to He's a Corker, who's racing on the outside of Small Stakes. Estimation is pressing forward out 3 deep, followed by Jerristar, who hasn't been on the track from the word go. In behind them, Murray Haiku, followed by Darkest Road, and Tower of Terror still 2 away at the tail of the field. 700 metres left to run. Imposing Waltz now going much quicker in front. Leads by 3.5. In second position is He's a Corker. Along the rails is Small Stakes, has had the run of the race from Estimation. Darkest Road, Murray Haiku, Jerristar out 3 wide, and Tower of Terror tracks them in. They come to the 600 metre point. Imposing Waltz still 2.5 in front. Along the rail, Estimation, followed behind them Small Stakes. He's a Corker. Well back, Darkest Road, Murray Haiku trying to get into the clear from Jerristar, and Tower of Terror still last. They round the bend. 300 metres left to run. Small Stakes is going up to tackle Imposing Waltz. Getting through along the inside, Darkest Road, He's a Corker, and Estimation is the widest runner. And also there, Murray Haiku, many with a chance. 100 metres out. Darkest Road got through on the inside, but it's Imposing Waltz still in front. They're coming from everywhere. He's a Corker and Murray Haiku flying. He's a Corker. He's a Corker got up in the nick of time to beat either Murray Haiku or Darkest Road. Small Stakes is in behind them with Jerristar, a gallant effort, followed by Imposing Waltz, Estimation, and Tower of Terror was last all of the way. Waiting for the numbers. Very tight finish. Anything could have won in the last 100 metres. They'll right across the track. The time 2:14.37. Well outside of Apollo Eagle's class record at 2:10.51. Number 5's got it. 5, He's a Corker, the winner. Darryl McClellan, Ron Quinton, the trainer. 2, Murray Haiku's got up for second. And it's very tight for third. Still no numbers up. Number 5, He's a Corker. Ridden by Darryl McClellan, trained by Ron Quinton. It's a 3-year-old chestnut gelding by Naturalism out of Princess Ballina, owned by PK Allen and KWA Bridges. Number 2 finished second, Murray Haiku, Paul Falvey, Les Tilley. And number 1, Jerristar's got up for third, Michael Squires, Bob Law. 8 finished fourth, that being Darkest Road. It's a dead heat for third, rather. A dead heat for third. Number 1 and 8 have dead heated for third. Jerristar and number 8, Darkest Road. So the numbers 5, He's a Corker. Number 2 finished in second position, Murray Haiku. And a dead heat for third between 1, Jerristar, and number 8, Darkest Road. 9 finished in 5th position, that being Imposing Waltz. He was in it for a long way, and 10 Small Stakes came in 6th position. The margins were a half head by a neck, the margins. The time 2:14.37, and the last 600 37.10.
Okay, Nat, thank you for that. Dead heat for third across the line, but the ratings have given you, if you've taken the 5-2-1 result as a ratings trifecta. What a finish. 7 horses, all within around a length and a half of each other as they hit the line. There's Digger McClelland aboard the well-presented Ron Quinton trained runner. He's a Corker, a Naturalism horse, and a Digger on board for former champion jockey Ron Quinton. That is Inside Running for today. I trust
Miracle Star, I don't think has gone up as yet. That's all I can tell you. This is going to be a sight to behold, this new steeplechase track, and what a fantastic 3 days it's going to be. End of May. They're off now. And Jacobite Prince missed it by 2 or 3 lengths, and first out was Cool Groom as they start to scream up the hill. Copperdome second over on the inside, March past with Round Century Miracle Star. 4 away then comes well back in the field is Bonnie Prospect, and last of all is Jacobite Prince. Here's the first jump, and they've all negotiated it safely. The second of the treble coming up, and it's Cool Groom leading by just over a length of Copperdome. 3 away third is March past as they fly the third, then Round Century. 4 lengths further back, Jacobite Prince racing very fiercely, throwing his head around all over the place from Miracle Star. And last of all is Bonnie Prospect. Down the hill they come. Freewheeling as they race towards the course proper, and it's Cool Groom in front, leading by a length and a half to Copperdome. 5 or 6 away third is March past. A similar distance to Round Century, and Jacobite Prince still fighting the rider from Miracle Star. And 6 lengths last of all is Bonnie Prospect. Up to the 400 metre mark on round 1, and the leader is Cool Groom as he comes around the turn for the first of 2 in the straight, leading 2 and a half to Copperdome. 6 or 7 March past. Miracle Star over on the inside from Round Century, then Jacobite Prince, and last of all is Bonnie Prospect. Here's the jump at the 200 metres, and Cool Groom jumped it safely from Copperdome. The jumping's been pretty good. Third placing is March past, some 6 lengths away as they go over the next. Further back then would have been Jacobite Prince. Round Century the inside for Miracle Star, and Bonnie Prospect is last with a round to go. The distance I'm not certain of because they're into the open country, probably about 2,000 metres or maybe more. And the leader was Cool Groom by a length and a half to Copperdome, still 6 or 7 to March past, who's third. Jacobite Prince is going a little bit more tractably now from Round Century Miracle Star, and Bonnie Prospect is last as they approach the treble along the side of the track, and the leader is Cool Groom, endeavouring to do it all the way out 2 and a half to Copperdome. Getting a little bit closer is March past in third placing from Round Century, then Jacobite Prince Miracle Star, and Bonnie Prospect some 6 lengths away, the second of the treble, and Cool Groom jumping beautifully out by 2 and a half Copperdome. 3 away March past. As they come to the next jump, further back Round Century, Jacobite Prince Miracle Star, and Bonnie Prospect. They've got a little dip to go, a little hill to go over here as they're going over the creek and onto the steeplechase track again, and it's Cool Groom disappearing behind the cypress trees, but he's got a good lead of 3 lengths over Copperdome. March past just inching closer on the inside, followed further back then by Round Century, Jacobite Prince, and they've got right away from the others. Back where they started, up the hill they go, and it's Cool Groom a length in front of Copperdome. Third March past, closing on the inside, 2 to Round Century, Jacobite Prince, and 8 the Miracle Star. The next jump coming up, the first of the treble on top of the hill, and Cool Groom approached it, jumped it beautifully, 2 and a half to Copperdome, and March past over on the inside, who now goes to second, followed by Jacobite Prince, and then Round Century, the third of the treble. All March past dipped on landing there. Cool Groom starts the swing down the hill now. If he had roller skates on, he'd be happy. He's out 2 lengths in front of March past as they come down this incline. Further back then Copperdome, followed by Jacobite Prince onto the course proper. 600 metres out and 2 more to get over. The leader was Cool Groom, got away again, 2 and a half in front of March past under pressure, then Copperdome and Jacobite Prince, and well back then Round Century as they come to the turn, 400 metres out, and Cool Groom, Durden trying to nurse him, March past peeling to the outside under pressure, clear of Copperdome and Jacobite Prince, and that's it as they come around the turn, 2 to get over, and the leader Cool Groom holding March past at the moment. Copperdome to third, over the second last, Cool Groom in front, March past goes back to the inside of him, and then comes Copperdome. Here's the last, Cool Groom at it, over it in front of March past, Cool Groom the leader, March past trying to go with him, but he's too good, Cool Groom, and he comes away again. Cool Groom 2 and a half to March past, 6 away third, Copperdome. Another 15 lengths to Jacobite Prince, Round Century, Miracle Star, and Bonnie Prospect was last in, and they've all completed the course. Well, that's a sight and a half. Absolutely thrilling racing. What a shame we had such a small field, but Cool Groom goes into the record books. He now holds the course record on the new track, and the first to win on the new steeplechase track, which I think anyone who's seen that race here today would have to say thumbs up. It is an absolute winner. But what a sight it's going to be if we've got 14 or 15 of them going around in a steeplechase. Numbers.
Second event at Gosford on Racecallers Cup Day. Unfortunately, the weather not real kind. Not quite as bad as it was midway up the F3, but light rain has been falling, and they're getting set for race number 2. Over the 1,000, first event today was taken out by number 5, He's a Corker, beating Tumara Hiku. A dead heat for third between Gira Star and Darkest Road. Now, still out of line, we have Caniglio. Star Sapphire still away with Splasher. Plum's Reply. Assyrian Princess is still out. Christian Values has gone in. Wish Me Luck is there. And so is West Wind. 10 runners. The 1,000 metres at Gosford starts down the side of the track. They have around a 400 metres straight run before a sweeping bend for the next 250 metres. And that will bring them into the home straight. So just a couple more to move in. Plum's Reply is about to come forward. Caniglio's there. Those in line. We have West Wind. Last look down the board. Wish Me Luck is at $2.70. Plum's Reply $8. Number 3, Crafty Handout 15. Syrian Princess 50. Christian Values 13. Caniglio 96. Law Student 22. Splash is paying $11. Star Sapphire $4.40 and 7 for number 10, West Wind. Last couple to move forward to complete the line. For race number 2, Assyrian Princess will be that runner. And the line will be set up at the 1,000 metres. Syrian Princess comes in. Other runners stand up nicely. Splash is there in the bright green colours and the matching blinkers, standing out towards the middle of the line. Might be just a problem with a runner drawn out wider. There's one out. Star Sapphire is now in. And the field looks to be set. There are the red lights on top of the barrier stores. Starter climbs the ladder for race number 2. They're racing. Crafty Handout, Caniglio 2 slow into stride, and beginning quickly was Plum's Reply. West Wind was away fast, and Star Sapphire and Christian Values getting right through along the inside to make a line of 4. Now, after a slow start, Crafty Handout up running about 5th on the rail from Wish Me Luck. A half length away to Assyrian Princess, a further length and a half to Splasher. Similar margin Caniglio, and 5 off last of all is Caniglio with Law Student up running second last. Down the side towards the 600, the leader is Christian Values. It's a length in front. West Wind second. Plum's Reply wide on the track from Crafty Handout the fence. Then came Star Sapphire, followed by Wish Me Luck. A break in the field to Assyrian Princess on the outside of Splasher. Second last is Law Student. Caniglio last to turn. 250 to go. On the outside, Christian Values to a half length in front of Crafty Handout. West Wind wider out with Plum's Reply running on. They were followed in the centre by Star Sapphire. Christian Values as a neck in front, coming again. Crafty Handout and Star Sapphire will beat them all. Star Sapphire with a late runners got up to win from Christian Values and Crafty Handout. They were followed across the line by Plum's Reply. Then Splasher, Wish Me Luck. Next one in was Caniglio, Law Student. Last couple in Assyrian Princess and West Wind. Number 9, the winner, Star Sapphire. Ridden by M. Squires, a pickup ride replacing Paul Hemmersley, who was injured in a fall at Newcastle on Saturday. $4.40 and 180. 5 Christian Values, $3, and 3 Crafty Handout to return $4.10. Didn't look as though it was going to pick it up midway down the straight, Star Sapphire. And Christian Values did appear to be holding them, but in the shadows of the post, Star Sapphire grabbed the bit and raced to the line to score probably by a half length, clocking 1 minute, 0.42, 60.42 the time. Last 600, 36.10. Margins 3/4 of a length a long head, 3/4 by a long head. Numbers go into the frame, 953, 440 and 180 for the winner, $3 for the second runner, 410 for third. Interim Quinella 21.30, Exacta 38.50. The trifecta 275.10, $275.10. Star Sapphire, a 3-year-old bay filly by Adjun Court out of Depiction, trained by Keith McCarthy at Randwick for LF Daniel, and M. Squires was the winning rider. Second home, number 5, Christian Values, Brent Stanley, trained by Joseph Calafay at Hawkesbury. 3-year-old grey or black filly by Owen J. Star out of My Lady Red, and 3 Crafty Handout. 4-year-old bay mare, Royal Handout, Crafty Scope, Albert Stapleford at Gosford for Brian Carter. Those numbers are confirmed, 953 after the running of race 2 at Gosford.
Okay, 9, 5 and 3 there. Star Sapphire, the winner. Dividends are on your screen right now around Australia. Star Sapphire, 440, 180. Christian Values, $3. Crafty Handout, 410. Quinella, 21.30. And the...
And Kingston Town's got the Derby won. Running into second place, Mr. Independent. Shogun batting it out with Riverdor for third. But Kingston Town breezes in by 3.5 lengths. Second is Mr. Independent, close for third. Either Riverdor or Eldorado.
I was very happy just fitting in anywhere in Smith's camp, but just getting on one of his horses is just something else. That fit and well, and he's a great trainer, and riding for great trainers, you've got to ride winners.
A lot of chances with Igo, tackling them half a furlong from home. On the outside, Lone Star running on very well, and Gypsy Kingdom is swamping them out wide. Igo's taken the lead from Arbogast and Silver Wraith, and Gypsy Kingdom coming home late but too late. And Igo's won it by about 3/4 of a length. Gypsy Kingdom second, close for third.
His appeal against a 16-day suspension for careless riding was summarily dismissed.
I've just got to take this on the chin, but it is hurting me deep down.
Ambition currently is to be able to ride for a full season, which don't look like happening for quite some time.
And the 6 figures roll over for Kingston Town as he wins it by 3 lengths. Second is Lord Warden, 4 lengths away. Third, Al's Gamble. Fourth, Satimi, and our own last throughout.
Well, you've got to put up with it. A lot of people, you've got to sign autographs and...
Price of fame.
Exactly, and, well, if they weren't asking for your autograph, then you could start to get worried.
Ideal Planet led with 100 metres to go. Great Receiver coming at Ideal Planet. Ideal Planet in front of Great Receiver, and Ideal Planet won the race. Ideal Planet beat Great Receiver third, beat Boy fourth, Magari, then Arbogast.
In winter, it's football, and I'm a mad football supporter.
That's pretty obvious with that sweatshirt you're wearing.
Naturally, right?
As far as tipping Saturday, all I can tell you, I've got good chances all day.
Well, look, mate, if you don't come good on this one, it's off over this cherry picker.
But the worst part about it, we're both in the same boat, so you're as scared as I am, I can assure you.
Yeah, he was very keen along the back. He worked very, very nicely, and when I got to the furlong, TJ said to shake him up and make him work the line, which I did, and he really motored the line better than I expected.
Well, how do you feel now on the eve of the Cox Plate?
A lot better than I felt yesterday.
And Yurtis, but Kingston Town's cantering. We're going to see the real one today. Then 3 lengths wide, Tangaroo running on well from Family of Man. On the turn, and Kingston Town cruised up to our Paddy Boy, took the lead. In the centre, Prince Rurley, and then Yurtis and White Tangaroo. But the real Kingston Town's going to street them. And Kingston Town's gone on to win by 4 lengths.
I certainly know all he's looking for now is a bit of a journey. I'm quite sure the 2 mile will suit him even better.
The Kingston is coming at them, and now Kingston Town's put his head in front. LA Bijou is coming from a long way back with Mesa Rave on Astrolin. Bianco Lady was checked, and so was Silver Bounty. Kingston Town's in front. Port Carling's getting through with Noble Comment, and here's Gurner's Lane driving through on the inside. The Kingston's in front, but Gurner's Lane is going to him. Gurner's Lane after Kingston Town. Gurner's Lane goes home too well and beats Kingston Town. Noble Comment ran third in the cup.
Well, it's one of the ambitions left in life to get married and have a few children. It'd be fantastic.
How many kids would you like to have?
About a football team, Ray, about 13.
13, eh? Baker's dozen.
It'd be lovely.
Well, just over an hour ago, Sydney's most eligible jockey tied the knot. Malcolm Johnson married his girlfriend, Gail Gillette. That's at Joachim's Church at Lidcombe.
Trainers, jockeys, footballers, punters big and small. Possibly about the only thing missing was one of Malcolm's dearest friends, the king himself, Kingston Town. With the knot firmly tied, Malcolm breathed a sigh of relief and reckoned he'd backed his biggest winner.
Oh, we're not going away on a honeymoon because I'm going back overseas shortly, and Gail will be coming over there, and we'll make it up over there.
Could it be fair to say the eagle has finally landed?
The eagle has landed, Ray. That's a good comment, yes.
A broken nose, cheekbone, hand and eye damage were the results when 4 men attacked Johnston in the car park of a club on the island of Penang.
All I can remember is putting my key in my car and a guy jumping up on my bonnet and hitting me with a blunt instrument which was about the size of a baseball bat. And what I can recollect, it may have been a baseball bat. And the first initial blow, I copped across the face, and that was the end of me. I don't remember much after that.
To keep his mind off the troubles at hand, Malcolm has been keeping himself busy with social engagements. Today he was a visitor to the Harley nursing home in the northern suburb of Cremorne to pay his respects to possibly his oldest fan. Mrs. Austral O'Brien, who celebrated her 100th birthday today, has been a staunch Johnston supporter since the commencement of the young jockey's successful career.
I think he's the best rider there ever. Best jockey.
Thanks, Nan.
Yeah? Yeah. That's what I think about him.
Have you backed plenty of winners that he's ridden?
Yes.
Plenty of losers too?
Of course. Not always win.
No.
You can't always win.
That's right. And what a thrill it must have been for you, Malcolm, to beat Droughtbreaker home in front of your hometown and the home crowd.
Yeah, well, it's not very often you can get to a race meeting where all your family can go, Graham, and it was a big thrill. The bloke who trained it as well is a very good friend of mine, a bloke called Rodney Robb, and you know, it was just fantastic. He was always going to win. He's a real nice little horse, and having my mother and all the family there, brothers and sisters and everything, win the biggest race on their calendar was a very, very big thrill.
What's he like as an older brother? Does he keep a stern eye on you?
Yeah, he does, actually. That's a hard part about it.
Is he tough?
He's pretty tough.
And are you going into the race with a set riding plan? Do you expect her to lead?
Well, I'm not going to give away too many secrets, Keith. I'm too smart for that, too old, too wise. From 20 alley, I got to play it a little bit by ear.
They're racing in the Oakley Plate, and with me on the outside was the first to jump out from Street Ruffian, good old Ted Storaya. Out very quickly also Sender Sign going fast with Lucky Dapper, and they were being followed then. Moving up just in behind them, Joanne, and further back in the field is Ben Barra King, followed by Carl Garantown and Begone. And back over on the inside, Jungle Hero, followed next to last by El Quaz, and tailing out to last is Century God. Good old Ted has dashed away as they come up towards the home turn, 650 to go by 4 lengths to Street Ruffian. A length to Paclani. With me over on the inside of Sender Sign there, followed by Plush Embassy. Then came Wraparound. Joanne Centerfield's a long way off the lead, followed next to the head of the others by Begone. And over on the inside came Lucky Dapper as they make the home turn. Plush Embassy well back with Rare Chance as they straighten over. Good old Ted being tackled by Paclani in the centre. Down the outside, Street Ruffian with me getting a run through on the inside. And wider on the track than is Wraparound, followed by Joanne. With me is dashed to the front with 100 metres left to go. It looks set for victory in the Oakley Plate. Paclani is second. With me in front. And with me is Much Too Good. Joanne flying home when the race is all over. With me Wizard from Paclani. I think Joanne's run third ahead of Wraparound. Close up behind them.
So free the time we have to borrow, and the chosen way still lights the day like a beacon shining in the night. Mountains are the reasons why we were born to learn to fly, and chilly winds that need to blow, be the fire as we go. Settle down, be afraid, fear the cold. Seek and find a new way
The field. Now everything's right. The lights turned a red starter up on top of the stand. And away they go this time. The favourite Intermania towards the outside began reasonably well, but Moonwalker in the middle was one of the smartest out. Jumila is showing good speed through along the inside to go up in search of the early lead, and Love Your Father settles down third. They're followed then by Quad Zero, Satellite Search. Intermania's trapped out a little bit wide. Telegra's further back in the field around the outside of Stadio. A good gap back to Herbert River second last, and Tur City is back at the tail. A good charge as they go past the 600 where Jumila on the outside was joined through along the fence by Quad Zero. Moonwalker and Satellite Search also in that clump of horses, a length and a half to the favourite Intermania, which is tracking the quad-headed leaders coming towards the turn. Love You further back from Stadio. Then came Telegra a long way back to Herbert River second last, and Tur City at the tail. They round the corner and Quad Zero has kicked away, opened up a break of 2 or 3 lengths on Moonwalker. They're being followed then by Intermania starting to get a wriggle on, and Love Your Father coming down the outside. That's Quad Zero in front, but Intermania Indomania is the immediate danger with Moonwalker on the outside. Quad Zero a neck in front. Indomania trying hard, but Quad Zero gets the money. Quad Zero beat Indomania. Moonwalker third, followed in by Love Your Father. Herbert River made up good ground. They were followed in then by Stadio. Further back in the field then came Terse City, followed up by Telegra. Back second last Miller, and Satellite Searchers wound up at the tail.
Good win, Quad Zero there, $361.50. Hugging the rails, Hugh Bowman, Indomania and Moonwalker. Owned by the Blake family, well under the Blakes, and congratulations to all concerned there with that horse winning in slower going there at Gosford this afternoon. It'll be 8, 5 and 7. Good run by Indomania. It'll win a race pretty soon, and Moonwalker's into third spot there. Now, Hamilton race 1 is due in about 2 minutes. Nice looking day there at Hamilton. I think if we won the toss, we'd probably bat. Looks all right. Now, race 1, number 1, Little Jeedy, 22. The Sultan, 46. Alawood Bow, 520. Sonari, 15. KBJ, 410. Kaji Lass, 11. And Cooter's Girl, showing at $1.90. It is the short price favourite for Gavin Lang in race 1. Now, Gosford race number 3, 8, 5 and 7. Quinella 450, trifecta $118.90.
Further rain. Inside section of this track being protected for the pace setter coming up on April 13. Have they got Dancer's Success in? No. Now the rider has dismounted from Dancer's Success. And some of them have been there for a while. Now they try and push this horse in. This filly, her first time at the races since the 19th of January. She's prepared nearby at Wyong. And she is winning the battle at the moment. They've gone for a blindfold. And luckily the horses in the barrier are very well behaved. Standing quietly for some time now. They've got a blindfold on Dancer's Success. They might spin her around a few times, so they're going to try and put her straight in. No, one turn. But somehow she senses those barrier stalls.